How to stop overthinking so your desires come to you much easier. I woke up this morning and decided I would get a quick workout in before I started my day. Got to the gym feeling good, and I did maybe like 15 minutes of like cardio. I had a client call, so I stopped that, ran down to the cafe, had my meeting, and then I was like, I think I'd like to head home for the rest of the day, and got myself all packed up, and I went to the car, and then I found out that I lost my car. I couldn't find it. And then I immediately remembered, oh crap, I remember being on the elliptical, and I propped the key fob up on the little ledge of the elliptical machine. So I was like, okay, great, it's there. I walk back into the gym, I go up to the machine that I was at, it's not there. And then I'm like, okay, so there's like mild panic happening, but it's not too big. I was like, okay, well, it's probably just in my bag. I go through my laptop bag, it's not there. I go to the spot in the cafe where I was taking a client call, it wasn't there. I go to the gym lost and found, it's not there. I go back up to the elliptical machine thinking maybe I just did not see it there. So I go up, it's still not there, obviously. Then I check my bag again, it's not there. I go back downstairs to the lost and found, I check with them again, they're still like, no, same answer as what we told you 40 seconds ago. I'm like, okay, so I've got to basically take my bag apart because it's apparently in my bag. So I take out my bag, I actually start throwing things away. I'm like, okay, maybe I need to like clear the energy of my bag. Let me just start throwing shit away and maybe the key will magically appear. I still couldn't find the key. I noticed myself start to panic. So I've been studying manifestation and law of attraction and personal development and spiritual growth and spiritual development and all these things probably for the last 5 years. So I know the things, but the big part about growing is not just knowing more information. It's not about information, it's about embodiment. And so I felt myself going into fight or flight, like thinking like, oh my God, like if I can't find my key, like then someone has it and they probably could steal my car. And I'm going through all these thoughts. I feel some tension in my head. I'm feeling the early stages of what could be like panic and just like worry. And so then I'm like, okay. And I had to start coaching myself, like take some deep breaths, like let's just inhale. This gets to be obvious. This is probably just me going crazy when in actuality, it's probably really close by. And I've actually adopted this whole thing that whenever I lose something, I practice just being very okay with the idea that it's lost, knowing that it's not actually lost. It's just my energy that's fucked up right now. So I'm like, okay, it's just me making a big deal. This gets to be simple. This gets to be easy. My key is not lost. It's just my energy is messed up. I'm like, okay, what's the very simple, obvious answer? And I just start kind of like putting those words out into the universe as I'm taking my deep breaths, trying not to look like a crazy person who lost something, which was probably I probably had already failed at that point with that. And I was really kind of like praying in that moment. Okay, like make this really clear to me. Angels, ancestors, spirit, God, like make this clear to me. Like this, like you do the heavy lifting and like where is it? What's the simple, obvious thing that I'm making more confusing than it needs to be? The first thing that literally comes to my mind is let's just go back upstairs. The cardio equipment was on the upstairs level of the gym, and there was also a customer service desk up there. I had only been checking the desk that was downstairs near the front entrance, so I go back upstairs because I'm thinking if I discovered a key and I was like another gym goer and I saw a key, I would probably just return it to the nearest desk. I don't know that I would necessarily walk the key all the way downstairs to the front desk. So I'm like, okay, well, let me just go check that desk. And I stand at the desk and I wait a few minutes for someone to return, and I ask the person and they're like, yep, here it is. This whole time, the key was maybe about 15 or 20 feet away from where I last left it. And then I gave myself a good pat on the back because I was like, you know what, Eric, you killed that. Like you ate that up with how you connected within and calmed your mind enough to be able to find that key. And it was in fact simple and obvious. It was only 15 feet away from where you last saw it. And then it made me think, good grief, what are the other things that I'm probably thinking about incessantly, obsessing over, going crazy in my mind, causing misery and strife and stress and constriction and restriction? What other subjects am I making a big deal out of? Maybe more money is only 15 feet, hypothetically, away from me, and I am blocking it with my thoughts, with my very resistant fight or flight nervous system and the energy and my aura is giving off this vibration and frequency of stress, and where is it and why hasn't it shown up yet, and what's going wrong and what am I doing wrong, and maybe it's something I don't need to know, and maybe I need to start all over, and maybe I need to like completely course correct, and maybe I need to da 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 da. Like maybe you're having thoughts like that. I have certainly had and still have to notice myself having those thoughts, and I think this very simple example with my car key gave me a nice little easy way to remember that this all gets to be simple. It all gets to be obvious. All of the cooperative components for more health, more money, more deliciousness in whatever area, all of that is all lined up for you. The only uncooperative component is you. I had to become a cooperative component to the key. The key wasn't lost, I was lost. So I had to find myself, and then the key was right there. It was obvious, it was easy, it was simple. I have a training where I go over the awareness that I had to cultivate. That journey really started when I started to overcome my fear of being recognized as being gay, and I had to overcome that trauma that had been baked in, and there was a lot more fight or flightness that was blocking money from coming to me, happiness from coming to me, just ease from coming to me. I have a beautiful life. I wake up and I feel so privileged. Like I get to go to the gym. I get to do work that's meaningful to me. I get to live in a healthy body. I have great friends. I have a supportive partner. Like I have so many good, beautiful things. And I know that all of those things came about by me overcoming this massive fear of being seen as gay, so much more massive than losing a damn car key. As I started to release those, yoga calls it sanskaras, those blockages within me, then more money came. Okay, I started this journey in 2018, and by 2020 I had tripled my net worth, and that was just the beginning, and I know that I haven't even scratched the surface. I put that journey into a free training. I've never been more activated than when I created this training. So my only goal is that it activates you. The link to the free training is in the description box below. There is also an opportunity to work with me further if that's something that you're interested in. Please like and subscribe. Leave me a comment. Let me know if this resonated and what you got out of it. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Namaste.